What if I told you it was 3 a.m. right now? It's not. I think it's 10:30, but it feels like 3 a.m. My art prints launch in 3 days, and I want to do some things that will relieve a little bit of this stress. Um, First, I got this flannel nightgown. Let me show you what it looks like. I don't know if you can actually get a good feel for it, but it is full length, buttons to the top. Got some pleats, and it even has pockets. Um, it is the best thing, and I want another one, and highly recommend to anybody. It's from LL Bean, and it's this awesome like flannel material. They make sheets out of it. It's the best. My art prints launch in 3 days, and that's insane to me. I've been working on them since the beginning of summer, and crazy that it's finally starting to come together. Um, I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So one of the main things that I wanted to do was switch out my orange slices that I have hanging in my window. They are pretty old, so I made some new ones.
Same old streets with the same old sound. We'll find a way to get out this town. If there's a will, then there's a way. I know that we can never stay.
It is the next morning, and I have some prints that I want to show you, but first, let's get ready for the day. All right, that is much better. Oh, wait, get these out. Anyway, if you've been following along for a while, you would have heard this collection that I'm releasing, but it's the Western Montana Landscape Collection, and it's all pieces that are based off of the Montana landscapes, kind of hence the name. But all of these places that I've painted, I was personally at and took my own reference photos for. And so you can hear the story behind a lot of the pieces on old videos, and I'll link them somewhere in the description or the little thing that pops up. I don't know. But I have been working on getting prints. Well, one, getting the collection done, and then ordering prints and making sure that they are correct and that I'm happy with them all summer. I think I announced this in maybe around May time, that I wanted to do this, and I think I have a place lined up that is going to host the originals too, which is exciting. It's insane that I can't believe that's actually happening. Anyway, let me show you some of the collection that I will be posting. Um, I'll show you first the ones that kind of failed and were really bad. This canvas print is, I think, the first one that I ordered. I'm pretty sure this was the first one that I ordered, and it's extremely dark. It didn't really line up kind of at all. It's crooked and it's kind of flimsy. This might have actually even been the second one. I've ordered this in a canvas print like 4 or 5 times to get it right. And this was the second one, which I was much happier with. I don't know what that was. I'm so much happier with the thickness and just the quality overall of this one, but my file was way too dark for their printer, and so you can't really see the details kind of at all. They kind of are like super dark and muddy, so obviously that wouldn't be a good one. This is the last iteration, and it is more matte than the other ones, and it shows the texture, I think, really well of the canvas that it was painted on, which I really like because then it kind of shows that it isn't just another print, you know. It looks really cool. I like the texture of it. And I I have also ordered many iterations of these ones. So these are of Sacagawea Peak and Bozeman, and these are the final versions of them. But a lot of the other ones, again, were super dark, and so that was a big learning curve of kind of failing quite a bit actually, and spending money or wasting money if you look at it that way. But in the end, it wasn't wasting money because I was able to tweak it and make it something that I'm happy with. But I'm super happy with how the large print of the canvas one that I showed you turned out. The colors are really nice, and it is again a matte finish, so there's not going to be a glare when you put them in a frame. I feel like the matte just makes it a lot more luxurious, and the paper's also super thick, so like it's good quality stuff, you know, because I want it to last. This one is also Sacagawea Peak, just a little different view of it. Um, and some of these you will have to trim, or you might have to trim. It might be covered in the frame itself, but these pieces, I didn't want to lose the artwork, but there's only certain sizes that are available to order and for them to print on, so I didn't want to cut off some of the artwork to fill that space, you know. So you might need a little trim. I am super happy with how this print came out. I think this one was the best, and I got it on the first try, which is even better. Um, I think the texture is amazing on it. It is just something I'm super proud of, and I want to find a frame for these, well, all of them, but especially this one, to hang in my own room. And that's one of the saddest parts of kind of being an artist, is that the goal is to sell your pieces, but that also means you can't keep all of the originals. Well, you can, that is an option, but I want to make money from doing this, and that's a good way to do it. And what helps is the thought that that piece will be living in somebody's home, and they will appreciate it, and like you're just sharing the beauty of them. So that makes me feel better. These long landscape ones definitely have to be trimmed. This was the only option to get it printed, so there is quite a bit of um, blank space here, but I think it turned out really well. Super happy with these. Um, and the colors are very similar to the originals, so I'm happy with kind of getting all that dialed in. I've also ordered many iterations of this one, and this is the final piece of it. It's a little different than the other ones since it has a sunset sky that's really beautiful. Um, but in the previous options, these pieces were too dark, and so you couldn't actually see any of the details. They just kind of got lost. So brighten those up a little bit, and I'm really happy with this one. The final print that I'll show you is something I'm really happy with. So this is of Highlight Reservoir, and I think I did a whole video dedicated to this one, talking about the story behind it and everything. But this is a print of it, and it turned out so good. The texture is there, the details are there, and I'm so happy with the quality of this. It has a good thickness, it's lined up properly, and I'm just so happy with how this one came out specifically, because then it looks more like a real painting, and that's cool. I like that. So all of these pieces plus the rest that are in the collection that I didn't even show you are launching when you're watching this tomorrow, Monday, October 27th. Thank you to all the people that have been watching this series of me creating these ones from the very beginning. And even if you're just watching them now, that is so amazing. So thank you for that. I think it'd be really special for those people that did follow along to have something that they were a part of and got to see them come alive. I think that's really awesome. Um, if you have any questions about them, or if you want me to do more of a deep dive on the paintings that I didn't make videos about, and so you can hear the story behind those, let me know. I'd be happy to share about them. You can follow more along with my journey and like the little details more so on my TikTok and Instagram for my art page. And you kind of get the behind the scenes things that I don't always post on here. And I think that's really fun. It's more casual over there, but we're not too formal over here either. So, anyway, I'm super excited for this launch. I'm super nervous and stressed out and want everything to be perfect. And it's scary that it could not be, but I'm happy with everything that I have and everything that I created. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Um, Thank you for watching. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.